let's talk about what if you have something and you go, I don't know, decide to keep it or consign it. How do you do that?
So we all have that piece, whether we bought it at a designer sale, it was an impulse purchase, or maybe it was an heirloom, and you don't know whether or not you should give it up for someone else to enjoy.
Sure.
So I think that consignment is a great facet of resale that I would like to explore as well. In addition to vintage shopping, I think it's one of those things that a lot of people know about it, but they don't really know the ins and outs of it. But it can be a really amazing way to make some money off of the pieces that you're currently not wearing.
Right.
But these, again, are pieces like we spoke about in the vintage show, are one-of-a-kind, special pieces that, you know, they're going to have some value.
Yeah. What's the takeaway for this segment for those that are watching all across the country?
Basically, to explore your closet, see what items that you have that you haven't worn in a really long time, and see whether or not it's worth keeping or consigning. And I'm going to go over that.
Okay, let's do that. Emily Roach us for help. Come on out, Emily. Hi, Emily. Okay, tell us your story.
Yeah, so I'm a big-time fashion lover. I've worked in the fashion industry for many, many years.
You look great, by the way.
Thank you so much. I do a mix of shopping high-low, but also getting vintage pieces. But I have a massive collection now, and I had a baby, so it's time to think about what's in my collection and what I should keep and what I should consign.
Okay, so you're going to help her out with that. So she brought in some unsure pieces. Let's talk about this first piece. Tell me about this piece.
So this is a vintage Chanel jacket from the 90s. I actually bought this at auction in New York, and I absolutely love it. The color is fantastic, but I think for me, you know, having been in work from home mode and stay at home mom mode the last 2 years, I'm like, where am I wearing this? Am I ready for this color again? So I'm just a little bit unsure about it right now.
If you really love clothes, it doesn't matter if it's designer or not. You have a story about where you bought it, where you were, how you felt about yourself at that time. So there's a lot of history and emotion attached to that. But you brought it in. So what should she do? Keep or consign?
Keep. This item definitely is a keep. First off, Chanel is one of those designer labels that actually increases in value if you take very good care of it, which Emily has, of course. This piece is, you know, almost 30 years old, and it's still in amazing shape. And I think that, you know, when it comes to the French designer labels, that's always a sure bet, whether it's Chanel or Celine or any of those types of labels. We spoke a little bit about it earlier as well. The other thing is she nailed it. I mean, the color is pretty fantastic. I know she's been shying away from it, but these saturated, bright tones are everywhere in fashion right now, which is something that I think Emily should, you know, invite back into her wardrobe. And then lastly, the shape. This is a fun kind of safari, Saint-Tropez, you know, French Riviera shape with the beautiful buttons.
It's really pretty.
Gorgeous. And and also the lovely little pocket detailing. These types of shapes are coming back into style. We're seeing a lot of these in fashion, so definitely worth keeping. But it's important to know how to style it for 2022.
Okay.
So that she wants to grab it, gravitate towards it.
All right.
So again, as I said, I was really inspired by how it's very like Saint-Tropez, French Riviera. So I found this beautiful two-piece set from Zara, so affordable, has kind of this fun like Pucci-inspired print, really, really soft fabric that's great for the spring and summer months. And then when you layer this, it automatically gives it a new life and a new meaning. I love it. And I love how the scallop neckline of the Chanel jacket that Emily brought really allows you to kind of have a little pop of the collar at the very top. And I love how the peep of the shorts is coming out of the jacket as well. So you still get the print even from behind, which is really great. And then, of course, the shoes. We have to add some fantastic footwear. This is more of a modern element to add to this suit jacket. These are great from L'Entreval with the square toe. Great color, lime green. And last but not least, Marilyn, we're doing a French Riviera look. We need a little raffia bag, right? This is such a cute little element to add. And I just love how
it's really come to life.
Right?
Looks like a brand new jacket. Look at this. This is, does it bring, they're going to keep it. Like this is.
I mean, definitely now that I see it styled in a new way, for sure.
All right.
Yay.
That's, you do such a great job. Okay, the second is this wonderful Celine bag.
Yes.
So tell us about that story.
So I bought this bag quite some time ago when I was in Paris for work. It's an edition that was only available in Paris at the time. I love it. It has sort of like sentimental history for me, but it is incredibly heavy. And in all truth, I have not used it in 5 years.
Yes.
So looking at all those things, lift it up, Mana.
It's very heavy.
So without anything in it, it's very heavy.
This only has this dust bag in it, and it's quite heavy. And I can imagine with carrying your baby, this is not something that you're reaching towards. Now, the great thing is, though, it's in fantastic shape. So first off, you know, that's the one thing you need to, you know, look at when you're evaluating what bags you want to get rid of. What is the condition of the bag? Because, you know, if you are going to consign it, which I recommend her to do, this is a consign, that's the thing the consumers are going to be looking at as well. And when I mean the condition, I don't just mean on the exterior. I'm saying look at the hardware on the bottom. This is where you get the most wear, as well as let's see if all of the zippers are in good working order. They're not stuck. All of the hardware, it doesn't have a ton of scratches. So that's first off. The other thing that you want to make sure you have when you're about to consign it is the authentication cards, because these are the proof that you bought it from the Celine store. It's not a knockoff, I should say. And then, of course, the dust bag. Right? These are the little elements that buyers are going to want to have when they purchase it for you. And it also increases the value. Now, there are two different options for Emily if she wants to consign this. She can go, of course, to a traditional consignment store that's already established. They have an established clientele. They do all the authentication for you. So they have, you know, they look up the serial numbers. They have someone on staff who's trained in that. And then they also deal with the customers. They deal with the exchange of funds. And then they give you a percentage of that sale. So you're not making the full amount that you could be in this scenario, but it's very hassle-free. Some of the consignment shops that I love, first off, is I Miss You Vintage in Toronto, a great place to go because they have a great in-store experience as well as an e-commerce site. And then another store that I love from my hometown is Turnabout Luxury Resale. I've been going to them since I was in my early 20s. They have such a great selection, and they also have a great e-commerce site if you don't live in Vancouver. So those are two great options. However, if you are at home, you don't want to deal with a consignment shop, what's become really popular, of course, is the social marketplace websites like Poshmark, where you do the selling for yourself. So you take pictures and sometimes even video of the item, you do a description, and you deal with the buyers one-on-one. Once you've made a sale, you can then put it in a box, and then they will provide the prepaid postage and tracking for you. And then you have the money, all of the money. You don't have to get a percentage. And then with that money, you can go ahead and buy something that's probably a little bit more conducive to your lifestyle, Emily. I found cute bag options, because, you know, I got to look out for Emily of what she's going to be carrying this season. So fantastic options from Nordstrom. This is a similar shape, but what I love about this one, it's so lightweight. So this is a great option right here.
Now that you have a baby, that is key.
And what I love about this, Marilyn, it has a magnetic clasp.
We love that.
And then a great crossbody strap as well. But it's still fun. It has ladylike, but it has this cool little bar right here. And then another great option, which again, similar shape, but in a miniature version, but not too small. I actually tested it. Fits like your makeup bag, a great phone case, and then of course a little crossbody chain strap as well. So with the money you made from this, you can buy both of these.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I tell you, so of what has been presented to us from you and what Mana has said, are you going to keep, sell? What are you going to do?
I'm definitely keeping the Chanel. I feel like it's been given new life today, so thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I think all things considered, it's time to part ways with the Celine.
Can I just hold that, Celine?
Yes, you can. Get ready for a workout, Marilyn.
That's heavy.
Yes, very heavy. Yes.
That's really heavy.
Yes.
That is wow, it's getting heavier.
And that doesn't have anything in it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. When I pick up a bag, as I got older, I went, okay, that's too heavy. It's a great bag, but I can't do it. But it gave you a lot of good memories,
It
right?
did, it
That's
did.
good. Okay, so Emily, to help you get started, we're sending you home with a $350 Poshmark credit. I know. Remember, lighter bag.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Mana. Thank you so much. Learned a lot today. Thank you for doing this with us. And how old is your baby?
He's 2.
Adorable.
Yeah,
Have fun. All right.
Thank you.
We have to take a break, everybody. I'm going to have to set this down. It's too heavy. We'll be right back.